your energy report of what kind of moving you this week. I have to say I got some responses on the last 3 videos that I did, and uh, I want to say Aries and Gemini, and they were a little intense, and I backed off a little bit thinking I didn't want to, like, it's been a rough month, right? It's been just like this overriding melancholy and stuff that's been going on. I've been hearing from my clients and myself how tough it's been. So I thought I'd take a little break. I didn't want to give you a reading, through the eyes of my perspective. I like to be a little more pragmatic about what I see, but I'm being told that just speak what comes up. So that's what we're going to do. Here we go for you, Cancer. So first card that comes out is the Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords feeling a little blocked in, a little overcommitted, a little feeling stuck a little bit. However, remember this reading comes out as the first row is our sentence, where our come from is. And I'm seeing that, Cancer had their foundation rocked a little bit. We've got the Ten of Swords. We have the Tower card and the Death card. So these are in the back end. So keep in mind that transition has already happened. Things have changed and shifted a little bit. We have the Six of Swords for things getting easier as your end result card. So just so you know, the progress here is what we're seeing. I'm seeing a little bit of feeling like you're on the hot seat. If you notice here, the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is our card for feeling pressure, maybe a little criticism, gossip sometimes, or feeling like you're backed into a corner. We also have the Queen of Swords. That's our decision maker, somebody who's very exact with what they say, setting strong boundaries. I do see a little bit of conflict here, Five of Swords, but you know what this is showing me is timing, number one, is on your side. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Even though Cancer is feeling like they're stuck in between two different opinions, it's like being middle management. You're hearing from the big boss and the people beneath you that you're managing and having to come up with that mediation. So this card sometimes feels like you're in the middle of things. Differing opinions, not exactly six of one, half dozen of the other, but this is two different perspectives and opinions and viewpoints that you're looking in. The center of your reading has the Hierophant. I want to just really quickly, before we push through the rest of this, I want to point out your major cards. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the World card, the Devil, the Hierophant, and the Tower. Now, outside of that, you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, both of which are telling me decisions are being made and action is being taken. The very center of your reading is the Hierophant. What does the Hierophant talk about? It's about our rules, doing the right thing. It tells me that your moral compass is being challenged, where you're like, what's the right thing to do here? Look, I got a stick up right there. How fun. So, the Hierophant is religion. It's our priest, our pastor, our shaman. It is a lot to do with how we, in this deck in particular, you can see a puppet. So where your values, right? What is pulling on the strings of your values here with this one? So with the World card in play, I would say that a lot of attention is on you right now. So you're feeling this and this, right? So the World card feels like attention is on you. And then we have the Three of Wands. I need glasses, guys. And so this one, if you notice on the bottom, there's some flames. So maybe you're trying to dodge some drama that doesn't have anything to do with you, or just staying outside of it. The thing that's most important to pay attention to here in this one is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords has to do with victory. It means, the work is done. Now you put things kind of back together. I'm also seeing some new beginnings for you, Cancer, in regards to money. There's a little bit in here in regards also to a move or transferring or changing the way you do things. Now, the Death card isn't a bad card. It's actually one of my favorites in the reading. It's all, Scorpio energy. It's transformative energy. It lets us know that we're letting go of something and we're bringing on something new. Now, with the Tower in play, it just tells us you're taking it hard, right? Change isn't easy. Yet the Tower card talks to us about what foundation is underneath. You have an opportunity to see what shakes, right? If the storm comes in and things are shaking, you pay attention to what's not solid. That's the Tower card embodied. But let's look at your sign, Cancer, through an emotional standpoint versus the general spread, and let's see what changes. The most important thing to remember about that reading is your end result card is the Six of Swords. It's about crossing. We also have that Seven of Pentacles, which is the bridge. So with this one, it would be as if someone's rowing the boat for you. So if you have somewhere to go, this looks like ease and support, etc. So let's take a look at your moon reading. What's up, Net? All right, here we go. I'm not sure. Pisces, I don't think it's today. It might be tomorrow morning. I'm hoping to do all of them today. We'll see how it pans out, but I've been getting booked, so I'll definitely try to. I was thinking what a nice New Year's Eve thing that would be, a gift to do everybody's sign, since I've got 3 done this before. But yeah, I'm going to work on that. All right, so beautiful for your emotional read. Like, I see a little bit of Hierophant. Like, the Hierophant has to do with knowledge. The Justice card is in here. The Hierophant, again, is in this deck a little bit more about our belief system and what we don't want to let go of. I like to use the word stubborn in regards to this card in this deck. It's the same card that came up. I love congruencies between one deck and another, and the moon reading and the general spread, sun sign. But you have the Hierophant again here. So this is what drives you. Now in coaching, we call this programs. So the underlying belief systems that run our behavior and how we fine tune that. So again, you have the Queen of Swords. So this is my bitch card, right? Like, at what point are you setting boundaries and people aren't liking it? That's what I like to say when we see that card is sometimes you have to boil it down to the no, right? Or just boil it down to, yeah, we're not doing that. Or, well, I'm doing this over here and this is clear. So sometimes that clarity is taken wrong by others. Hopefully my voice lasts the rest of this day, guys. Whew. So I do see the Two of Swords here. A little indecision, research, looking things up. Some of you might be looking up other people. But what I'm seeing emotionally is you're looking at things from a right or wrong, black and white standpoint. And sometimes there's gray areas. And listen, thank you. Happy New Year. Listen, sometimes the decision just boils down to what's the most loving expression for everyone involved. And sometimes, I don't know why I feel like I'm supposed to say this to someone out here, but sometimes loving yourself by creating boundaries, because we have a lot of swords here, and then the Magician for speaking. So sometimes the best expression of love for everyone involved is to love yourself, because it's up to someone else to say what their needs are. And when we get in the mix, it could possibly make things worse. And maybe we just love ourselves the most by just taking a step back, right? Or by speaking up, because ultimately that's the only way to set the record straight, right? But listen, I think the perspective that's going on here in this reading, which isn't as heavy as your general spread is, like, you're internally functioning much better than it looks like from an outside observer. You have the Fool card for crossroads, opportunity, and potential. You've got the Emperor for direction, right? Leadership and direction. You have the Lovers card. These are actually, I wish you were on my YouTube, Instagram, because on my YouTube, you can see the cards in their structure, which is also like not just the cards in relationship to one another, but the pattern entire. That's why you guys get these off the cuff kind of readings from me sometimes, where I'll just be noticing a pattern of some kind. But you have the Lovers card, okay? The Lovers means we're fully invested. But in here, you see the Sword in the middle, which means that something's just not quite right. So our goal is to bring these things together, these opposites together. You have the Fool card. This is where this is your pivot. This is like an ace in the deck, right? Where the ace is the culmination of a suit. This is that representation entire. So we have a pivot here, and choices are to be made. We have the Magician for speaking, talking to one another. That's all Mercury. And with the Magician card, this talks to about capability. You don't go on stage unless you're a master and you have your costume done and your rehearsals done. So you have the mastery, you have the skill set to communicate here. The only thing, and then you have new beginnings, the Hierophant doing the right thing, the Justice doing the right thing. Again, like putting it in action. So like I said, the Queen of Swords that's in here, thank you. But I believe there's action that needs to be taken here. And the reason why I bring up support now that I'm able to point at it a little better, now the general cards are kind of out of my function here. They just wanted to speak. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is charity, support, love, right? How are we supporting one another here? But there's decisions to be made. And there's the Seven of Pentacles that talks about the right timing. And if you remember correctly in your general spread, you had the Wheel of Fortune, which is timing's on your side. So if you feel like you need to hold your ground, which I feel the presence of the Tower card is telling us, is when things are shaking is when you find your core and you find that Taiji pole where you're able to like rock solid stand in the middle of the chaos. So I would say, number one, trust yourself. Number two, the thing that I'm saying is stick to what you say you're going to do. And then also you have the Nine of Wands for fatigue. If you are over fatigued, come on, we just came out of Christmas and holidays. Everybody's gearing up to go back to school. New Year's Eve tonight, pressure, pressure, pressure. Are you giving yourself the gift of rest? Is there self-care involved in here? Because the only way to make clear decisions is, you know, to come from respond versus react. And if we are in a reactive mode because too much is expected of us, sometimes we kind of crack. And I'm not seeing too much impulsivity within you right now, just these emotions that are riding on the surface. And I see these decisions. You're getting very, very clear, Cancer. The lover, the supporter. That's me. I feel like I'm missing something here. So what's this Three of Pentacles about? Cancer. Usually this means social media. Is there drama on social media? Is there something that you're watching or paying attention to? This might be the core of things. Take a social media break fast a little bit. Sometimes if you guys can't get a hold of me, it's because I've just shut my phone off and I'm out. I don't play for a little bit, but when I get overwhelmed, I just go to center. Let's pull from the Divination of the Ancients and see what your card is for meditation this week. Your function. Good luck. Are you feeling so let me just say this. So the Wheel of Fortune is also luck and fortune. So not just timing. So you have the Black Cat, which references good luck. So I feel like I'm supposed to pull another one on this one too. We're going to go to the other side. And change. So your luck has changed. So you've got the I Ching, which represents change. And then you have the Black Cat, which represents luck. So this is telling us that your luck is about to change. So breathe a little bit, Cancer. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me double check what I'm doing next. I have a client in half an hour. I don't know if I'll be able to get both Leo and Virgo in, but I will make every attempt. Thank you for hanging out with me. If my voice survives the rest of this day, I'll be back to do the rest of the videos, but I'll be right back to catch you with Leo. Thanks for hanging out with me.